Good morning, traders. Welcome to StockCast. My name is Todd Derby, along with my co-host James Mason, where our goal is to bring you insights and ideas to help you in your daily trading activities in the market. Good morning, James. How are you?
Todd, I'm doing well. Good morning. How are you doing?
Doing well also.
All right. So let's go ahead and get into it, everyone. So Dow futures currently down 138 points. S&P 500 futures are down 15 points, and pretty solid bearish pre-market so far. So we'll have to see what happens, and we'll probably create all-time highs again today or something crazy like that.
The market has been recovering in the afternoons.
Yeah. So I do have to acknowledge Rebecca's comment about our music. Her saying that our new music sounds more sophisticated. It's a lot better than the 70s porno music.
My question is, how would I wouldn't know what 70s porno music sounds like.
I know, me neither. Like, I just thought it sounded funny. So Rebecca,
Yeah.
you have some explaining to do.
So let's talk about a stock today.
Yeah, let's talk about a stock today.
Let's talk about a stock we talked about a couple days ago. Well, actually, we talked about it last Thursday. Robinhood. Take
from the poor and give to the rich.
Literally, we had a little bit of that going on with CEO Vlad, correct?
Yes, that is correct. On that first day, him unloading was about like a quarter of $1 billion worth.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, but hey, man, it rebounded and literally almost doubled in price so far.
Yeah, so it's interesting because we talked about it, and I want to revisit it. Because a lot of people were saying short, but literally they locked up like a third of the shares and put them on lockdown for 30 days. And so it took 4 days for it to rebound. And yesterday it went into a squeeze. And right now it's literally trading over $52 from opening up at 38. So pretty smart on their part to lock up the shares to get to do what it's doing.
Oh yeah. And with their shares being locked up for 30 days, that means 30 days from now, short Robinhood.
Because that would be the thought.
Yeah. Like they're going to come out. A lot of those people are going to come out and just unload their shares. I would. I mean, especially if you had a nice profit, like why wouldn't you unload it?
Yeah, the question is, can it hold up here in that time frame? But it probably will be above $38, I would suspect.
Yeah. Now I'm not sure what they got their shares at, or what they pay for their shares. I didn't even look into any of that information, but I would expect it to be a better PPS value than what it is now. So yeah, that'd be interesting. Robinhood, I will be looking to short around that 30th day. And when I say short, intraday, I ain't talking about writing it down. The thing is with Robinhood, and hold on, let me see if I can pull up some fundamentals on it. Okay, so their share structure. Well, so right now, if you guys don't know, they just IPO'd, and there's not going to be anything for short interest or anything like that. But their shares outstanding are 835.6 million, and the float is 146.2 million. They have a lot of them shares locked up already, and obviously that's why it's increased so rapidly. But again, that 30th day mark,
ooh, mama,
would not be surprised if we don't see a very significant change in that PPS value. The one good thing about Robinhood that they got going on for them is, they're geared towards the beginner trader. Like it's so convenient for a new trader to get signed up with them. And then, we know how they make their money as well. But one thing, and I don't really like to go long when trading these brokerage companies, because if you really look at it, if you look at like TD Ameritrade's, any of their tickers out in the market, they're not really solid tickers to trade for the most part. They're just kind of doing whatever. So at some point, in my opinion, once the whole hype comes off of Robinhood, I think it will have its downtrend and then find its little range and kind of settle in there and just kind of bounce back and forth in between the channel.
I would agree. I just thought it was interesting that they created their own squeeze by holding shares out like that. So for me, it's not a play. It's just we'll look at it about 25, 26 days from now.
Yeah. Yeah, as of right now, I mean, since we don't have much data, it's really going to be hard to trade it to know, what its potential range could be. Like, I mean, we literally just have this data. That's it. Now, had this thing had sold off and then kind of started bottoming out, it would have been a lot easier. But since it sold off on that first day, and then it literally, doubled that, it just makes it so hard to honestly get a good pinpoint on, do I take a long entry here? Do I even short it here? So giving it that 30 days will give us enough data at that point to kind of start making some better adjustments.
Yeah, the only way you could trade this now if you want to flip quarters or gamble.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see.
Take a look at the comments.
Yeah, let's look at the comments, see what we got going on in there. So good morning, everyone.
A couple new names in the comments. That's nice.
I know. Very nice. Let's see. So quick update on SONM. Let's pull it up. All right, so about 2 weeks ago, I got in on this ticker. Well, actually, about a week ago, a week and a half, somewhere in there. Got in on this ticker, and my entry price was 0.4083, and it went up to I think 48 cents, and then it pulled back, and right now I'm just slightly in the red. Now I'm not chasing pennies on this because I have 100,000 shares. I could have took the few $1,000s, but I'm not. I'm trying to crank this one out. I won't lie, but we can see that it is still kind of in its little double bottom phase, and hopefully it really doesn't break down here. We do need to see it get back above that non-EMA on that daily chart, and I really thought it was going to happen here just because of the setup on it, but it obviously broke down again, and I'm sure a lot of it had to do with because we did talk about it publicly. A couple people posted that alert publicly, and it got FOMO in it. And with the way a lot of the retail traders are, at least in my circle, man, they freak out over damn pennies. That's all there is to it. They expect to jump in and expect to make astronomical profits immediately. And when it doesn't immediately happen, they're like, oh, this shit sucks. And then they bail out. And that's why I always pull back. But we can see that it came back down yesterday, touched the support. And we're currently sitting on that support right here at Premarket. And we'll just see what they have to do. Now, earnings are literally upon us right now. I haven't even looked into the earnings at all. But with the PPS value this low, the earnings really don't even concern me at this point. In my opinion, the worst case scenario, because I don't see this company going out of business. I mean, really, the company going out of business would be the worst case scenario, but I don't see that happening. But in my opinion, the worst case scenario would be that they would do a reverse split, and I don't think they're near that point yet. Hi, beautiful. Hey, hi, baby. Thank you. Come on. Don't. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. Oh, you want to eat? Okay. Hold on. I got to break her off a piece of this bread. Yeah. She brings me food, and then she charges a tariff. There you go.
She'll be a good dictator one day.
Yeah, I love you. Yeah, she bring me food, and then she knows like sign language to eat, so she'll sign to us to eat. Like she's not like deaf enough, and we just taught her some sign language. But yeah, every time she brings the food, she has to get her little share. So, anyways, back to SONM. I think the worst case scenario would be like they do reverse split, but I don't even think they're to that point yet. But we shall see. I mean, if they do a reverse split, it's not the end of the world. After it splits, then if it's split, I'm just talking hypothetically, then you just sell off. I mean, most of us are at that break-even point or maybe just slightly red. But I still feel good about this. A lot of these companies, to save their own skin, will come up with just some BS. I mean, if you look at ticker NAOV, I always get that ticker symbol like backwards. Yeah, NAOV. I mean, they were literally in the same situation, flirting with being under that $1 for so long, over and over and over. And then what did they do? Fluff PR, and it shot it up. So they'll have to remain above that $1 mark for 10 business days to regain compliance, and then they'll be good. So I'm kind of expecting the same thing with SONM. So let's see what else we got going on in the comments.
Brian Latchford asked about ticker IRS. No, I'm just kidding. He's talking about your daughter.
Let's see. Hold on. And we're just going through the comments. Todd, you see anything else in the comments?
Yeah, a couple of people have asked about UAA. It got an upgrade today, and they're asking sentiments on that regarding it being a bullish play now with the upgrade.
Let me ask this first. Was it an alert?
I am not sure about that. Yeah, it came as a bullish day trade off the black box.
Well, I mean, I didn't know if like Johnny, because I didn't release this one as an alert. I didn't know Johnny had released this one on Twitter or whatever. Okay, so you're saying that it wasn't alert. Yeah, I won't, guys. We can't. Like, there's no sense of posting an alerts. Like, members pay for that. Like, there's no. We're not going over alerts. So let's Beth, let's hit up ticker PRPO. All right, so for ticker PRPO, last update on short interest, not really much going on there. 492,000 shares being short. We're only talking a little over 2% of the float. Shares outstanding, 22.7 million, and then the float is 21.8 million. And let's see, we have a couple Form 4s on top of the news. So let's look at PRPO on the daily charts. So let's see, hold on, let me go and chart this out really quickly. So PRPO, we are literally right on this support resistance line right here around 316. And if we can hold above that, if it's non-EMA, so if you look over here on my charts, the non-EMA will say 310 right now. It will obviously adjust once the market opens up, but if that value for that daily 9 EMA breaks above 316, then we should have some bullish momentum come in here and give us a range up to about this $4.30 resistance. And if we break above that, we should actually have a pretty strong breakout up to that point. And I'd say potentially we potentially could test this upper $6 range. And again, like a lot of this is going to be dependent on if they drop like a catalyst or anything like that. So with this low outstanding share structure, if they would release a good catalyst, then hitting that $6-7 range, I feel like would be a pretty good benchmark to start taking profits in if I was in this. and then obviously depending on the catalyst, I mean, it could go a lot higher, just depending on how many people catch FOMO. But yeah, I really wouldn't try to press my luck too much trying to go above 7, because we can look at the daily chart and see that we do have a lot of selling off right there above $7. So that is what I see for ticker PRPO.
We're about 7 minutes to opening the market. Any final thoughts on the market today, James?
Not yet, really. I'm trying to decide really what my thoughts are on ticker ATHE. I mean, they did get some news this morning about one of their patents, but we had that super early pre-market run up, and then so far it's turned into a fader. Now with this setup, like what concerns me is, and again, like that news, we was kind of talking about it pre-market, Todd. That news just didn't really seem strong. I mean, I know we're talking about a patent, but it didn't seem really strong, and obviously the market is viewing it that way as well up to this point with that fade. So I don't know. This one I might look at later on at the break above $1.95. I may not even touch it. That's kind of wanting to day trade it. But again, like, I mean, hell, it only has right at 9 million shares for pre-market volume traded. That's super light.
Yeah.
So, yeah, overall, the pre-market sucks today.
It's a slow pre-market. There's nothing. I'm going to wait to see if there's any morning gappers at the bell that run up and then look to possibly trade them. But there's nothing urgent on my list that I'm excited about.
Yeah, same here. Well, all right, Todd. That's all I have. Do you have anything else, Todd?
Nothing new. We'll see you guys in the morning.
All right, guys. So just remember, trade safe, trade smart, and we will catch y'all in the next one.